I can't tell you.
He's a tech-savvy guy, gonna show you the way. You better load your bags, cause crypto's here to stay. Listen up, gonna teach you about this and that. But he's just a goofy guy in a straw hat. So join in and have a laugh. It's gonna be a good time, that's a fact. Information in crypto parodies. Sit back and enjoy the show. You just never know which way you'll go. So get ready for Digitspin Crypto.
Oh my gosh, what a disaster this has been. Holy smokes. Half my system's still not online. It can't connect. I can't get the online chat that goes up on the screen, you know, the little thing there. So we're going to be without that tonight, unfortunately. Nothing I can do about that. Let's close this up here. Let's close that. Yep. Okay, bear with me 1 second because it's been a complete disaster trying to get everything up and working. Tried to connect and YouTube basically told me to piss off. Everything was broken and down. I had to reload a few times. I've tried my mobile phone. I tried 2 different wide area networks. It was craziness. Alright, so I do see my chat finally, which is a bonus. Let's see if we can get rid of this down here. Alright, let's put that down there. Alright, hey! You're on Digitspin Crypto. This is great. This is Dino. Of course, I'm just a goofy guy in a straw hat, and it's a new straw hat. I had a buddy of mine went down to Colombia, and he got me a real Sandona hat. So this is all handmade in Colombia. There you go. Meet you in Colombia. So it's a little wider brim, but I think it's just as flashy. It's just as good. So, alright, let's see what we got here on the chat. I wish I could bring it up for you guys, but I can't. When my chat system tries to connect, it tells me, sorry, you out of luck. So, nothing I can do about that. Alright, so we got Mike out there, we got you, man. We got Duncan, you want to know me? We appreciate you guys going out there. Duncan says he likes my new hat, so that's a good thing. We appreciate that. I have no idea how many people are online or what's going on. Let's see if we can bring up here. It says here that I got a good live stream. That's good. And we got a few people online. Very good, very good. Okay, so, hey, we wanted to talk a little bit about Electroneum tonight and a little bit about Bitcoin. I haven't seen you guys in a while. Sorry about that. I've been extremely busy. I can't even begin to tell you the things that we've been making here at the shop. And huge amounts of giant letters and candy stores and just unbelievable M&Ms, and we're doing nerds and Bazooka Joe and all this good stuff. It's been a lot of fun, and I've been having a good time manufacturing these things. The M&Ms came out really cool. I'll have to show you that, you guys, and so you can see it. We just finished up our nerds today. Let's see if I can put this on here. I don't know if you could pick up the picture from there, but we're making a big display of the nerds. I don't know if you can see it there. That's that nerd candy, and which was a lot of fun. It was very difficult to put together, and we had the M&M guys. Oh, that's weird. The green does, because of the green screen. Goes through, so the green M&M you can't tell, but those are like 4-foot characters. We've been building all these things for this They opened up to some giant mall in New Jersey, some mega mall, and they're trying to get all these things in place for the opening days. So it's craziness. Everybody wants stuff, and I can't even begin to tell you what I got due in 2 weeks. So I figured I'd get on now and go from there. So let's talk about a few things. Hopefully we can keep this short and sweet. Just wanted to check in with you, try to get back into the vibe of using my system and getting us online. Obviously, there's a lot going on with Bitcoin and a huge amount going on with Electroneum. And from a lot of different angles, from users actually out in the environment making things happen, to Electroneum themselves. It's been pretty fantastic. And I hope you guys are really paying attention to the news. The problem that we have right now is cryptocurrency as a whole, is the people that are involved are very cautious and far more seasoned than they were when they first started. And that's going to comprise of a good majority of the people. And so they're going to be very cautious in what they move their Bitcoin from and to, as far as altcoins. I mean, look at Tron today announcing that that they purchased, or they're one of the purchasers of Poloniex, an exchange. So you know that Tron's going to go on there. You know it's going to be in China, and you know at some point it's going to be like a BNB coin. Will you be able to use the Tron coin to buy into other ICOs and other stuff? You know, a lot of this is amazing news just for Tron. But the fact of the matter is it went up, what, 2.9%? So, nothing. Yeah, there were general coins that went up further than that. So a matter of amazing news isn't going to do it. What's happening at this point here is a lot of consolidation, not only in the price, but in what coins people are holding. And a lot of these altcoins people are getting out of, and they're putting it into their favorites. Now, my personal favorites, obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Electroneum. So that's where all of my value is going. And you'll have to figure it out for yourself as you go along. Hey Paul, how's it going? I see you out there. It's great to see you. And that's important. So some of the really cool things that I noticed, if we take a look at Electroneum, we've had amazing stuff going on. Now, Extra S, you guys know him as Extra S. His name is Mike. He put together the altcoin top-up website, altcoin top-ups or topup.com, to allow folks that have Electroneum to be able to top up their phones. And I think it was just yesterday he added the ability to top up phones in the United States, which is pretty spectacular. And these are the types of things that are going to move stuff forward. If you're expecting like one massive news drop that's going to make Electroneum pop into space, that ain't going to happen. All right, what's going to happen is, just like the Tron I was telling you about, you're not going to have one specific news or event that's going to make the price just go ballistic. Now, having said that, I know that there's some amazing things that Electroneum is going to announce, and there's going to be a lot of excitement. But these news and these events that come out keep Electroneum's head above water and positioned so that when people feel a little more free to move their dollars from Bitcoin into some of these alts, which I notice is starting to happen. You do see the Bitcoin dominance go down a little bit. You are seeing some of these altcoins gathering greater gains than BTC. And I've noticed even on my mining rigs, I was going from $3.54 to $8 to $9 in the last 2 days that my rig would be making. So clearly there's a shift going on, and keep your eyes peeled. Now, what we're gonna have happen is, obviously right now we're in that accumulation with Bitcoin, and it's gonna just fluctuate up and down with a slow, steady increase. You'll see it go up a little bit higher, a little bit higher. We'll have these swings up. It's gonna drop to retrace, and it'll just slowly edge its way up until May, and we're gonna be going through this for quite a while. By May, we should be seeing prices that are 20,000 or greater. If not, then we have to take a look at that. And the problem that we have going forward with Bitcoin is a couple of things. One is we have events that are going to be happening that Bitcoin has never experienced before. One is China. Now that China is getting involved, they are promoting cryptocurrencies. They're going to be releasing their own cryptocurrency, waking up all of these people and saying, yeah, go ahead, you can go do this, could put a massive gain into the system. Additionally, the fact that China is doing that, you're going to see other countries go, what's going on over there? And walk on over and take a look, because the fact of the matter is, if China gets in there, makes a stable coin, brings all their people online, they're manufacturing the ASICs, and they take control, or should I say be a world leader in cryptocurrency, they're gonna basically be involved and or control the world's next financial system. And you and me both know that cryptocurrency is the next form of money. There's no doubt. If you're watching my show, there's no doubt in my heart that you know exactly that to be true, because otherwise you wouldn't be bothering even watching videos for cryptocurrency. You know there's a future. You know that you're trying to accumulate whatever your favorite coin is, and you know where this is going. All right? And so with China showing their cards, other countries are going to have to now take consideration. Do we let them take over the next economy of the world, the next financial system, be a leader in the next financial system, or do we get involved also? So in the next couple of years, you could see not a war, but an aggressive posture from different countries to get involved, which is going to bring a lot more people into the fray. Second thing is, we are probably on target to have some kind of recession here in the United States, and I'm sure it'll affect worldwide. And Bitcoin was born from the last 2008 recession, and so we have not actually gone through another recession to see how people look at Bitcoin and where they think it's going to go, and whether they're going to put the money in or take it out. So riding through the recession is totally different than starting at the wave of the recession and riding the wave down and going forward. So that's going to be pretty interesting. And the third thing is that we have a significant difference in investors, institutional specifically. Obviously, with all these new on-ramps, custodial services, you're going to see institutions obviously become more interested in it, and we don't know what the effect of that is. Everybody's like, oh, it's going to raise it up. Yeah, well, obviously, the more people that take physical access to the coins, pulls them off the market, makes it more rare, price goes up. That's the intent. So you would tend to think that would happen. Obviously, futures is a totally different thing, especially when they're cash settled. And this is what BAC did to us. They started off that we're going to have physical settled futures where you buy and we'll hold on to it for you, Mr. Investor, and it's in your account, and we'll document that for you. And what ends up happening is Bakkt announced today or recently that they're going to also open up cash settled, and basically the cash settled would be the CME, or the new Bakkt cash settled is basically to squash Bitcoin. It's to be able to bring the price down, just like the US government said when they released the information that they allowed that to happen, to squash the price of Bitcoin. All right, they want to keep it controlled, just like they did with gold, so that it can't increase in value and everybody starts getting involved with it. They want to keep it at a controlled price, and I'm sure their intent is to keep it around that $10,000 mark. The problem is, as these weekends come out, people like you and me, you know, we pick up a little dab here, we pick up a little dab there. I see, you know, I went to the ATM. There's a tobacco store, and they have the coin flip ATM, and there's 3 or 4 people in line to buy Bitcoin. And I went there twice. In both times, there was 3 or 4 people online waiting to buy Bitcoin. And, you know, I said, you know, I kind of talked to him. I said, hey, what you buying? Are you buying Bitcoin? And he said, yeah, we're going to get Bitcoin. And I go, do you have a wallet? Do you have a ledger to store it on to safely keep it? And they're like, what are you talking about? I don't know. You know, I have this wallet or whatever on my phone, and I send it right to it, and that's it. And they have no idea of where Bitcoin could go, why it could go there, what it does, and what purpose it serves. They just know that they're supposed to buy Bitcoin, and they bought it. So I saw a lot of new people getting involved with it, and I'm hoping that they will be able to learn more. Of course, I told them about Digitspin crypto so they could come on the show and watch it and pick up more information. But hopefully they'll do some more research so they fully understand what and why they're purchasing or investing into this particular cryptocurrency. So I also wanted to mention, we were talking about Electroneum. I'm going to go back and forth because my brain, I had everything laid out, but because of the connection problem that YouTube had, I'm kind of just mumbling back and forth at different things. Going back to Electroneum, one of the other things, obviously we had Extra-S, who created the altcoin top-ups. You also have Captain Kangaroo, and he has Thor's Mining, and you could check that out if you have a CPU or GPU or an ASIC. You can go to Thor's Mining. Now, obviously, you and me both know you can't mine Electroneum directly. So what Thor's Mining does is allow you to mine a different coin, and then they'll auto convert it to Electroneum. They sell the coin. Let's say if you're using a GPU, they'll mine BitTube, they'll sell the BitTube and buy the Electroneum and then send you the Electroneum. So this may be an option for you, specifically if you have an ASIC and you have nothing to, nowhere to use it. You could give it a shot. They'll run it against Querity Coin, sell the profits from that, and then send you the Electroneum. So it's a way to gather some Electroneum. It keeps a buying pressure on Electroneum. It's not like it's a whole lot, but every purchase counts. Got to purchase Electroneum, and it adds up. And you get a steady stream of some Electroneum. So especially if you have a piece of equipment not doing anything, and you're able to get reasonable electric rates. So that's something you may want to look into. Obviously, we have our Telegram links. I can't get to them from here, but I'm gonna after the show's over, I'm gonna put the links down below where you can see the last video. We have Electroneum TV for Telegram. We have obviously the Digitspin crypto Telegram channel. You want to check that out. That's only for the viewers of Digitspin Crypto. The private link will be down below. We also have Bitcoin TV, where you can get some news and information that we'll release for Bitcoin and basically cryptocurrency in general. That's a nice channel to subscribe to also. So check out those links down below. And if you get a chance, obviously you can like, comment, and subscribe. That always helps out. As you know, they're making it tougher and tougher on us small guys to produce content, and they're going more towards corporations. So it's hard to get noticed and or have your videos found. So that helps out and keeps everything rocking and rolling. So don't forget to do that. Let's take a look at the chat, and we're going to get into some other stuff, and hopefully you guys have some good questions for me, and I can answer those for you if you do. So Debo is out there. We got Mike Express out there. You want to know me? Doc Ox. And hey, we got Tyler out there. Yeah, make sure you visit Tyler's Quora merch store. I was looking at, I'm subscribed to his Telegram channel, and on there he has his little videos, and he talks about his stuff. And the one thing that he cracked me up on, he had crazy Christmas sweater, an Electroneum crazy Christmas sweaters. So I don't know what they call them. We used to call them ugly Christmas sweaters, whatever you want to call them, but he had a pretty neat one. You can check that out. But there's other stuff also out on Quora March. Tyler does a great job trying to bring content, and if it wasn't for him, there probably would be very little content on YouTube about Electroneum. So he's been keeping the torch running, along with Jay Sullivan and Dr. Shepard on Twitter. Make sure you subscribe to them if you have a Twitter channel, a Twitter account. You definitely, obviously, you clearly wanna subscribe to Digitspin Crypto on Twitter, but you also want to make sure you get Dr. Shepard and Jay Sullivan. These guys have been doing a great job keeping the torch running while we've all been pretty busy. Everybody's got lives going on, so we all try to fit it in. And when some of us have some personal business to take care of, others in the community have picked up. That's how you know Electroneum's got an amazing community. It's strong, and there's just so much that's going to be coming along for Electroneum that you can't ignore it. You can't ignore it. Ignore it at your own peril. All right, let's see what we got here. Ty goes, you can get business cards for your channel. Okay, so we got some good questions. Let's see what we got here as far as questions. Dino, can you talk about the changes CMC is making? I don't know what they've added recently. I know that CMC was trying to obviously capture only. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. Trying to make sure that they only get live and real volume. I know that's been big on their list of things to do. Let's see if I can move my fat head out of the way. I know that's been live and big. I did not know. Maybe you can tell me. Put it in the chat. What else were you referencing? Because it may tickle my brain, and I'll be able to then give you a comment on it. I know that they've been focusing on trying to become real with the information and the numbers, because a lot of people use it to move forward. So they've been taking it a lot more seriously, and I do support that. And I hope that's what you were asking. If not, please put it out there so that I can get that straight, Devo. All right. CoinMine, you want to know me once? What do I think about CoinMine? CoinMine, what is CoinMine? CoinMine, let's take a look here. What is that? CoinMain, that's not what I asked for. Let's try that again. CoinMine.com, the best way to mine Bitcoin. Alright, so let's take a look here. Join the service of Mark, you haven't dropped up. Alright. Alright, here's the problem. I'm not sure what they're doing with this. If it's a connection to a cloud service, you're not going to put anything in a box that small that's going to mine Bitcoin, okay, and ever pay off the piece of equipment. You're looking at a penny a day, maybe at best, and you're looking at thousands and thousands of days to pay off this piece of equipment. Maybe with Zcash and some of the others, that may be good. Let's see here. Wi-Fi, customers from their offices, dorms, garage. If you get the right coin, a Grim, a Zcash, a Monero, you might be able to recover your money. I'm going to tell you something. I do a lot of mining. Okay? Yeah. There's nothing you're going to fit in that little box that's going to mine you Bitcoin and earn you $600 a year. I'm sorry. Ain't ever going to happen. All right? I have a lot of machines mining. I'm going to tell you something. And I got industrial rate on my electricity. And I'm going to tell you, it's real tough. At best, I'm breaking even. Most of the time, I'm losing money. Even my ASICs, I'm converting into Electroneum. I'm actually using a couple of ASICs on Thor's hammer, and I have others that are running directly on Dino, and I convert that. On average, my ASICs are making $1 each, which is far more than a Bitcoin miner is going to make, using twice as much electricity. At best you might make 15 cents with a Bitcoin ASIC. All right, so I would look at this extremely. I would do a lot of reading, which I have not done. I don't know anything about this. I'm just looking at this little box, and if this box is, like I said, if it's connecting or they're connecting to a cloud of some type, maybe. If the mining is being done in this box, no, and you're never going to see it. I mean, it could be an FPGA in there, and for some coins that may pay off a little initially, but you better do a lot of research on this. Let's go to the next one. All right. China needs to have Bitcoin positive. Let's see. Hey, Dino. Hope all's well with my family. Thank you there, Tyler. Appreciate that. You want to know me. What's the safest way to keep your Bitcoin, to keep your BTC long term? Paper wallet, Nano Ledger, or Coinbase? All right. So all three of those are viable options to store your crypto. If you keep your Bitcoin on Coinbase, it's not your crypto. You've given it to Coinbase, and they're showing you what's on account. Okay, it's a lot easier. You don't have to worry about losing the keys, and it's easy to log in and see your balance. And Coinbase, luckily, has not lost anybody's BTC as of yet. So yeah, I keep some coins on Coinbase. Not a whole lot. I'm not a big spender. I spend $20 here and there. Eventually adds up over years. But the fact of the matter is, they're not your Bitcoin. Okay, you've given possession to Coinbase to hold on to them for you. So just keep that in mind. Your other two was a paper wallet and a Ledger Nano. Ledger Nano obviously is the preference. You own your keys. It's on your Ledger Nano. You have your backup seeds in case the unit goes down. The Ledger is the most popular, so you'll have always a pretty good chance of getting a replacement if there's a problem or it breaks. But if somebody steals it and hacks into it, they have the possibility of getting it, just like if they hack into Coinbase. So by putting it on the Ledger, you're taking responsibility yourself to be your own bank, but it's yours and nobody can take it from you digitally. Okay, they can come in and The government could come in with a SWAT team and demand access to the piece, and you choose whether to go to jail or to give them the thing. That's up to you. If you have it in Coinbase, all they have to do is get a court order, they lock your account and take your Bitcoin. Alright, so that's one way. Obviously, a paper wallet is similar to a Ledger Nano, except obviously it's written on paper, and you have to worry about weather conditions and fire and whether the ink dissolves off the paper over a period of time, where you're going to hide it. But paper wallets are known to be the most safe. And if you got half a Bitcoin or a quarter of a Bitcoin, I'm not sure it's a big worry. I'd probably just keep it on Coinbase or on my Ledger Nano. If you've got 10,000 Bitcoins, it's a totally different situation. All right. I wanted to answer some more of these questions, but let's see what else we got here. We did the Michael. Let's see. We did the Chinese thing, and we did Tyler, Extra S, and Dr. Shepard. Okay, let's go back to the questions here. Are you staking your ETH, and what's the safest option? Okay, you want to know me wants to know about ETH. So Ethereum obviously is working towards, if you watch a lot of the videos from Buterin, they obviously want to convert this over into a staking option. They're still working on it. It was supposed to be out long ago, and right now we're looking next year, if that happens timely. There are events that have to be put in place, in other words, code upgrades that have to be put in place to make that all work. However, when it does, and they already have staking pools that you can test and learn how to work it. Now, if you hold on to your own coins, there's going to be a couple ways you could do it. If you have your Ethereum and you want to hold on to them, you can run the node and the staking system, apply the coins to it, and you would be able to then stake them on your machine. But your machine has to be on and it has to be running, and Vitalik was saying that it needs to be online about 70% of the time. If you fail to do that, you can get penalized, and I don't know if that means that you would lose the earnings, or if they would take from your wallet some of the coins that you staked. They're looking, they're looking for. The problem is when you have proof of stake, if the network is getting attacked, everybody has to be online to protect the environment. Okay? And that's the reason why he's not worried about that 30%, because there'll be large-scale stakers that will be basically the engine of keeping all of the proof of work running on Ethereum. And us small guys will be adding to the mix. And, he recognizes that really doesn't matter in the big scheme of things, but if something is starting to attack the environment, everybody's going to be wanted. And so that's one option. Another option is that you send your Ethereum to one of these larger staking pools, and they hold on to it for you and stake it for you, and then you log in. Problem with that is it's not your Ethereum anymore. You're giving it to somebody else. They're handing you an IOU, and you know how that works in this environment. You're going to have some of these guys go out of business and take your Ethereum with them. So we're going to have to see how this all shakes out. I personally will set up a server. I got dedicated services with backup wide area networks, and I personally will be setting that up, but I have not had a chance to do any testing. I can't even get near things that I want to do because I've been so busy with customers. So we'll see how that goes out. Keep your eyes open, but you definitely want to, if you have the ability to get those, they estimate 32 Ethereum minimum to be able to stake, it would be a great thing if you can. If you can't, you can still hold on to your Ethereum. I think Ethereum is another coin, just like Electroneum, that has a huge amount of potential going forward because of its first mover advantage. And there's just so many DApps on there, DeFi that's going that's being produced and going active, that will be some of the newest financial services and technologies available, using cryptocurrency. It ain't gonna happen on Bitcoin. It's gonna happen on Ethereum. And of course, you still got all the others with smart contract capabilities. But in all honesty, first mover advantage is huge. It's like trying to topple YouTube. You have all these other, BitTube and DTube and some of these others, Go Live or whatever it is, and they can't get any traction. First mover advantage is huge, and that's why I'm pretty excited about Electroneum. They're gonna have first mover advantage. They're gonna have wormed their way into the cell phones. They're gonna have the ability to connect with all these NGOs and do good by them. They're gonna have the ability to do the instant payment. They have already the KYC, AML capabilities built right into it. That's gonna satisfy stuff. And you guys better start paying attention. Pay attention. There's something big going on Electroneum. And if you watch Steve Good, I was talking with Steve. Steve Good has a video out. I think it came out today. He interviewed Richard and Malta. Obviously, they were enjoying themselves, having a good evening, and they were chatting about Electroneum. Richard was giving his general fun spiel about Electroneum, and some of the content in there, it was pretty exciting. And Richard was clearly pretty impressed and very clear that he has something of value that's coming along, that's going to integrate into some kind of massive system. And keep in mind, every time that they talk, they said we're gonna go after we're talking with retailers, we're talking with NGOs, and we're talking with governments. And we haven't heard anything about that, but they specifically put that in there. And I'm telling you, keep your eyes open. It's my belief that they have a lot of big sticks in the fire, and I think that this, that they mentioned that they were talking to governments is gonna be an important step. I have a feeling that they got something going on there, because they haven't talked much about it lately, and clearly they have something that they're interacting or working on. All right, let's see what else we got here. We talked about the business card. So, Real News is saying, hey, switch to Brave browser and produce some content on the platforms. It's time to switch. Yeah, Brave is the browser itself, and you can earn by using it, but I don't believe that they actually broadcast content. But I like BitTube, yeah, but I haven't had a chance to set that up. I've been so busy the last 6 months. Because I'll send you one for Christmas. Hit me up. So Tyler wants to send me a sweater. Of course, credit card in hand. All right. Hey, here's a question for you from Tyler. For the everyday person that wants to get into crypto and get Bitcoin, what do you think is the best app to do so? Coinbase or Cash App? Obviously, there's many ways to get into BTC. When we were in 2017, 2018, it's my personal opinion, is one of the reasons why the bubble ran out of gas. They'll blame it on, one guy who was pumping it up. Tether was inflating the price, all this other stuff. But the fact of the matter is, and I'm going to tell you, if you go back and research me, don't doubt me on this. The fact of the matter is, there were so many people signing up to buy Bitcoin. Coinbase, there was only a few on-ramps. Coin Mama, and there was a couple of others externally. Obviously Binance, and they could not get people online. They stopped accepting new users. They were putting 10,000 people on a day. The equipment couldn't handle it. Remember, the hardware services could not handle the amount of transactions. They couldn't. They stopped. They closed down. Every exchange was closed and locked out. And if you take a look, that happened just in January, at exactly the time that it just dropped out. The pants dropped out from underneath of everything. All right, and because all that new money they wanted to get in couldn't. No more new money. The people that had it say that 20 grand's a lot of money. I'm selling. So they were selling. New people were coming in and buying it. Ran out of new people. Price collapsed. Now, Tether and all these other goofballs obviously helped out. But I'm going to tell you right now, the main reason they ran out of the ability to bring new people on board. Simple as that. This time around, it's significantly different. You got these cash apps, you got your Coinbase, you got your Robinhood, you got the twins. I forgot their name. I don't know how, but I forgot their name. You have institutional ability, with the Bakkt and all these other large scale. You have Fidelity offering investment vehicles and products that are all crypto related. The amount of ways to get in. This is why I keep telling you, when the time is right and everybody starts realizing, hey, I need to get some of these, BTC is gonna blow the socks off of everybody, because there's gonna be so many ways to get on board. Now, what's my favorite? Hey, if you got cash and you don't have a bank account, you don't have much choice, you're going to have to go to an ATM. So if you're going to go to an ATM, you're going to go to, my recommendation is CoinFlip. They have the cheapest rate. It's still 6%. Cheap is relative, because if you go to others, you're going to pay 12%, 10%, which is ridiculous. 6% is high enough. But CoinFlip does a fair, relatively fair price for you. Their customer service is best. They're pretty awesome. They got more and more machines going on. Take a look, find a CoinFlip near you if you're working with cash and you have no other ability. If you're working with the Cash App, that's great. I have the Cash App. I've had it for a year or 9 months or whatever. I've yet to be able to purchase a Bitcoin with it because none of my credit cards will go through. I can't get a credit card to go through. It just tells me to basically piss off. We don't need you. We're not letting that transaction go through. So none of my credit cards want to participate with anything to do with cryptos. So they've locked it all out. So I've yet to be able to buy anything on Cash App. If you have, congratulations to you. You're a lucky winner. and that seems to work out pretty well for some people. Your Coinbase, all your exchanges in the U.S. Seem to be reliable, most reliable out of the ways to purchase. So your Robinhood, your Coinbase, and there's a whole lot of others that you'd be able to purchase through. Their rates have gone up, but believe it or not, they're still cheaper than a lot of the other ways. So that's my thought process on that. Tell me if you have a really good way to get cash into to purchase Bitcoin. Put it in the comments below. All right, let's see. Changing rankings based on liquidity. Oh, Debo's talking about CMC wanting to change the rankings based on liquidity. I think that would be a nice button that you could, re-rank it by liquidity. I'm not sure if they're going to change what they got there as it is, but to be able to sort by that would be a great option, Debo. I think that's good. Real News says he has the video of the Invest New York City 2019 conference live from New York. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully you can put it online so we can check it out. That would be nice, Real News. Hey, Crypto Man's out there. Okay. Real News was saying there were institutional investors in ways to borrow Bitcoin against ETH, BCH, etc. Also, data companies that provide data for Coinbase. So when miners sell to pay the bills, they can buy to manipulate the price in their way. Yeah, there's a lot of manipulation. And I'm going to tell you something. There's going to be people trying to manipulate this down. But as people keep picking the fruit off the tree, there's going to be less and less apples on that tree to manipulate, because everybody else is going to lock these things up. And that's the reason why it's important to grab them. When the price, if they manipulate and they bring the price down low enough, people grab, they stick them in their pockets, and that leaves less for them to manipulate. And every time they do that and they cause this type of a price drop, you know, if the price was to go back down to $3,500 on Bitcoin right now, I would empty my savings account to be able to buy every bit of it. All $400. But I would. All right? And I wouldn't be the only one doing that, because the price would be good, you grab it. And then that leaves less apples on the tree for them to shake. To do that again next time. And more people are going to be holding on to these things. They're not going to be able... Eventually, they can manipulate it, because there's people that sell it off, get scared, what have you. Miners are obviously always selling. If they're big miners, they're doing it on OTC. So that's not going to change the price either way. But retail investors that are going through the exchanges that are being accounted for, which the numbers you see on the screen, if they're going to shake out or they want to sell because it got to a certain price, that's fine. That's the reason why when the price goes down and it sits at a certain price, it's because nobody wants to sell anymore at that price. They want to hold on to it. You start to get into, there's enough in people's pockets, and more people, you get more and more pockets. There's going to be less and less ability for them to manipulate it, because it'll, as soon as it comes on the market, it'll be like getting a Christmas toy for your kid. You know, they want the newest Cabbage Patch doll or whatever the heck you guys collect these days. The kids collect these days. And, you know, as soon as it goes on the shelf, the guy can't even put them on the shelf. You know, people are tearing them out. And they're stealing and they're ripping it out of the guy's hands. And you see them fighting over the TVs. They bring them out in a pallet and people just tear them out of the pallet. That's what's going to happen. It's going to happen in things like Bitcoin. It's my personal opinion that we're going to see this type of excitement with Electroneum in the future. Keep that back of your head. Alright. Let's see what else we got here. Can you buy to manipulate the price their way? Let's see. What do you think about Keep Key from Shapeshift? I have not had a chance to... I know of Keep Key. I have not had a chance to dig into it. So anything that I would say would be mumbling. But I'll see if I can look into it and see if I can find out some information for next time. Candy Girl's out there. How you doing, Miss Candy? Coinbase borrows from the lending block. Let's see what else we hear. Crypto Man, he's concerned about ETH scalability. Obviously, that's what they're trying to solve. Yeah, they can only go so far. And they know they got to fix it, and that's what basically ETH 2.0 is. It's really who's gonna come to the table first. But you know what? You can look at Bitcoin Cash. They can handle all sorts of transactions, but still nobody uses it. Just because you have the ability to be scalable doesn't mean people are gonna jump and use your environment. You know, people are using Ethereum, the code base. Everybody knows it. They program with it. They know it's been secure. They're going to continue with it, and push Ethereum to get their stuff together and make it available to scale. And this is, obviously there are third parties that are scaling as side chains, but the fact of the matter is that Ethereum has to handle this internally, and they will. Yeah, Real News is saying without Ethereum nothing would work, including MakerDAI. MakerDAI is a pretty awesome stable coin. I've tried that. That's pretty cool. It's basically the ability to borrow money. I can put up 10 ETH, make five MakerDAOs out of it, worth of ETH, and I can have more. Obviously, the only problem is if the price goes down, I have to either throw more ETH in there to cover the collateral, to cover the distance, the difference. And the cool thing, if the price of Ethereum goes way up, I can actually create more DAI out of the contract and get more ability to borrow. I throw the DAI back, I get my Ethereum back. So it's kind of cool. You still own it. The big problem is that when it goes to staking, do you put it into staking or do you put it in as collateral to create some DAI? So, but these are the types of things that are going to change the world, change the economic structure of how things work. In 10 years, it's going to be dramatically different. And in 20 years, I think we'll be looking at a totally different economic system. 20, 25 years. It took about that long. When I was younger, everybody paid with cash. You had cash. You'd break out a piece of plastic and a credit card, and you're like, credit card? And I had a little booklet, and I'd open up the booklet, and I'd take the credit card, and I had to go look at the number, and I had to find the numbers of all the stolen credit cards. And they would send a booklet of all the bad, it was only about yay thick. That's all. That was the only bad cards. Now the hundreds of millions of cards get stolen, right? But there would be a little booklet, and you flip the page, and you look through the number 9783, and you find it. Okay, if the number was in there, you had to take the card. And if the one number wasn't in the booklet, you could let the credit card transpire. You put on a little thing, and you get a little credit card receipt thing. You have the guy sign it. You give a copy to the credit card company for a deposit. It was craziness. 25 years later, everybody's got credit cards. Everybody's using digital money. Same thing. Same thing's going to happen. Coins like Bitcoin and Electroneum are going to lead the way. All right. Let's see it here. Oh, Tyler says, hey, I'm going to hook you up with that Christmas sweater. Because he loves my channel. Well, I appreciate that, Tyler. And if the Christmas sweater does show up, I take an extra large because I'm a big guy. We will definitely show off your Christmas sweater here on Digitspin Crypto. Hola, Jay Sullivan. Now, Jay Sullivan is out there. All right, good to see you, Jay. Let's see here. Yeah, Jay, post your Twitter link. Everybody loves. You got to definitely follow Jay's and Dr. Shepard. There's his Twitter. Obviously, you want to follow Digitspin Crypto on Twitter also. Do yourself a favor. All right. Collateralized deposition. There we go. So Real News knows what's going on. He understands the value of MakerDAI. All right. Let me see here. What else we got here? 3,500 BT would be nice. Okay, Real News. What do you think of BSV? Honestly, I think that there's just barely enough usage in reason for Bitcoin Cash, BSV being a clone of a clone, or a fork of a fork. I can't imagine it surviving. That I can't tell you where that's gonna go. Would I invest my money in BSV? No. Is there the ability to make money with BSV? Sure. Sure, there are going to be people that make money with BSV. It's not something that I personally am interested in. I'm looking for... I already have something called Bitcoin, and I already have something that claims it's Bitcoin. I don't need a third one. I'm looking for coins that are going to have... that are showing me that they're hitting the pavement. They're dusting off everything. They're writing code. They're creating interactions. They're building systems. Things like Electroneum. Electroneum may be cheap as peanuts right now, but they're building a use case. They're building a complete cycle. People can make and earn Electroneum. People have a place to spend the Electroneum. People can send it easily to each other through their cell phones. They can earn it on their cell phones. They can purchase it on the exchanges. You have your handy Electroneum cell phone if you want to get one in some of these other countries where this is priced right and it gives the performance that they could use, you know, for $69 or $80 or whatever it is. And they're going and they're making it available. So this is the type of coins that I'm looking for, because it's not gonna benefit me tomorrow, 6 months from now, but 4 years from now, I have a feeling I'm gonna see a benefit. I have a feeling I will. That's my personal opinion. I have no need for BSV. Do I own some Bitcoin Cash? I think I own $80 of Bitcoin Cash. Do I plan to buy more? No. I'm looking at Ethereum, Electroneum, Bitcoin. That's the only thing that I'm interested in. And there are other great projects. Absolutely. There are some really awesome projects out there that are doing some great things. They're gonna make some. There's gonna be 20 or 30 coins that are really gonna do really well the next bump. So, but those are the ones I've chosen. All right. Richard said some of his own tech companies will buy from any tasks. Amazing. Yeah, why not? You know, if they got to get code built, might as well use your own services. If they need graphic work done, you know, might as well interact with your own environment, your own sister companies. There's talent out there all over the world, and the problem lies is that, you know, if they go on Fiverr and set up an account, and Fiverr says that's great, and all right, you're gonna do these videos for $5, or you're gonna do this voiceover, or you're gonna create this stop animation. It says great. We want to be able to pay you because the customer is going to give us the $5 and we want to send it to you. Enter your bank account number here. And the guy's going to scratch his hat and go, I don't have a bank account. That's my whole problem. I could do the work, but you can't get me the money. I have no way to receive it. Come on. How's that fair? You're cutting these guys out because they are in an environment that doesn't allow them to even receive the money. Electroneum solves that. Electroneum's gonna instantly send it to their app, because there are countries out there where they have a cell phone, but they may not have shoes, but they have a cell phone. It's gonna send it to their app or their Electroneum phone or whatever they got, and they're gonna have a value. They don't need a bank account. They are their own bank. So now they can put their service. That guy that wanted to do that stop animation can put his service now, and he can receive value for it now, where he was cut out. Then he could turn that value and pay for his phone, pay for his services. Maybe he meets the guy out in Uganda, and he buys from one of the stands, gets a haircut. Buy some electronic components. They're swapping Electroneum there. This is what's going to happen. You're going to be able to purchase things from each other. In a lot of these countries, stores accepting it. Even in UK, you can buy pizza with your Electroneum. You're going to have more and more of it. But they have an initial outlet. They can at least pay for the phone services with the money that they're earning. And I guarantee you there's going to... When the airtime is currency there, because they can't get money. They can't get to a bank. They can't put it in anywhere. They're not going to carry the paper money around. So now they can transfer a value, and just like they transfer cell phone minutes to each other, hey, I'll give you 10 cell phone minutes for that food product, or you know, for a haircut. They can now just send Electroneum. They can earn it and buy something with it, change their life. That puts them into the economy. It gives them a fair shake. Don't tell me it has no value. It'll have value. Alright. Alright. Let's see what else we got here. Get some free Dino on Coinbase. Yeah, I did that. I got some free Dino on Coinbase. It's pretty neat too. They take you through the collateral process system, the CPD, CPI. I forgot what it was, and lets you convert it. It's a bit complicated. The new user's probably gonna have. I don't want to do that. It was fascinating to me, being a software engineer. Well, they've got to make the process easier, but for a first run through, it's pretty cool. All right. So real news. Yep, he knows what's going on. Okay. Let's see. Follow real news too. There we go. Absolutely. I don't get why it's still relevant on platforms on Coinbase and Robinhood. I'm not sure what you're referencing there. Okay. Electroneum, BitTube credits. All companies have done that. But nothing built throughout the entire bear market. Yeah. Exactly. They've all been building. A lot of these, and those are the ones that are going to still be around. You're going to see coins drop off the planet. The ones that have been building and building environments will be able to wheel those environments up when things get cranking again. This is the time you build while it's slow. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, BSV was talking about. Yeah, I don't understand the purpose of BSV. But you know, it's available. There's you know, you make it available, and if somebody wants to invest in it, just because I don't see the value doesn't mean that others see a value or it's valuable to them. And you know, I wish them good luck, and I hope they're successful in whatever they purchase. That's all I can really say on it. It's not something that I'm gonna do. Definitely not. We gotta keep things rocking here. Let's see. Let's go to YouTube. You definitely want to be looking at Electroneum. You definitely want to have some of that in your pocket. Is my personal opinion. Things are gonna take time. You're not gonna see prices go up no matter what coin you are. It's gonna be well into May, maybe later, before we start to see some excitement in some of these altcoins. My personal opinion. All right, but a lot of these coins that have good projects are on sale prices, and you can get them now, and you definitely want to. This is Chris. He's told me that I could use his video here, so we want to do Huddle Gang. Let's listen to this real quick. Yeah. Make sure you visit Chris's channel, Chris Records. Whoa! Look, change. Hugging, hugging, hugging. Change. Hugging. Oh. Oh. Electroneum. Gonna get my exercise. Boom. There you go, Chris. How's that? And she's doing mouse. Yay, Huddle Gang. Make sure you go over to Chris Record here. Chris Record Vlogs. Give him a like. Subscribe if you want. But it's real generous of him. He's been kind enough to let us use this stuff without giving us any heartache. And he's been appreciative to see his song get out there, which is pretty awesome. The other one that I like, of course, is the Electroneum song. Let's take a quick look here to make sure we got everything. I hope that that was loud enough. You want to know me? He says, I was discussing with a few friends the potential of Bitcoin. Do you think it's possible that one day in the future, one sat will equal $1? I think that I think it'll definitely one sat will definitely equal 1 penny. I think that's very possible. So that would put it at $1 million. So I think that's definitely possible. We got to bring back Miner 49er. Absolutely. I don't see it here. Oh boy, I was looking for my. There it is, the Bitcoin ATM. I was trying to get Electroneum on that, but that didn't happen. I don't see my my songs. My Electroneum song that I wanted to get to you guys. I have so many Electroneum videos. There's a lot out there. If you go out on the onto the site, the YouTube site, I've created a lot of stuff over the last few years, and it's been a lot of fun making this stuff. But I'm trying to find the Electroneum song, but I will. I'll find it. I'll get it together for next time. It's my favorite. All right, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, penny is definitely more realistic. I think so. I think we could see $1 million Bitcoin at some point. Hey guys, you've been great hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I don't know how long we've been going, probably way too long. Thanks for stopping by. I'll try to get on more often. I apologize I haven't been on every other day like usual. I'll do my best. Hopefully towards the next few weeks, and I should be getting a little bit more time. My work has been keeping me busy. I've been working 15-hour days. Come back, visit us at Digitspin Crypto. I miss talking to each and every one of you. Thank you all who showed up on the chat and had a great evening with you. I appreciate you. See you next time. Ciao.